Hello and welcome, Oliver Armstrong here. As a therapist, I hear a lot of people say, I can't get the image out of my head, or I can't get the picture out of my mind. And I'm about to show you one way that you can. It doesn't matter if the image is real or imagined. It can be real like a photograph or an event that has occurred that you saw with your own eyes. Or it can be completely imagined. Like, for example, I had a client that I worked with recently who had an image in her mind that was of her ex and their new partner. And that image was not seen by this client. It was completely made up by their mind. So either way, the method I'm going to show you will work with either the real or the imagined image that you see in your mind. It's important to realize that it's not the actual image that is vital to this. It is the emotion, the underlying emotion is the problem, not the image itself. So there are two ways to approach that. You can either work directly with the emotion and change that, and that will render the image to feel neutral. Or the other way to do it is to change or manipulate the image, and that will change how you feel. And that's what we're going to do with this particular technique. So obviously you need some sort of image or picture that you see in your mind that when it's there, it makes you feel bad. And what we do is you recall that image, you think of that thing and you get it in your mind. And then you just notice whereabouts it is in relation to your body. Normally, it's directly in front of a person. It's often quite close, but it could be to the left, to the right, slightly above, slightly below, further back. It doesn't matter where it is. So you take that image, and then what I want you to do is I want you to imagine pushing it 2 or 3 meters in front of you, off into the distance. And already you should notice a difference in how you feel. But shrink it down to the size of a postage stamp and make it black and white if it was in color. You should notice some differences again. Then what you can do is you can take that image and you can move it all the way around and put it behind you. This is uncomfortable for some people, so move it out to the left-hand side and push it all the way out into the horizon and tell your mind to leave it there. Then think of something different, like a chicken wearing sunglasses. I know, it's crazy, but it just gets your mind off that. Then what you do is you recall that image and notice what's different. What you should notice is that the image will either still be there and you'll feel completely different, or it will still be there but you have a sense that it's kind of where it was, but it still feels differently. And that's the key, that it feels different. Now there's no right or wrong to this, so you just manipulate the image. If it doesn't feel right over to the left, move it over to the right. Move it into the horizon. Move it slightly up, slightly down. Just play around with it. It's really that simple. So once you have manipulated this image and changed its location in your body, you are disconnecting it. Notice how it makes you feel differently. It's really that simple. There are more complex ways, but there's no point adding that here. So play with this technique. Feel free to share it with people who may benefit from this. And if you have any questions, let me know. And feel free to tag people in this video. This is a prime example of the sort of thing that I do in my therapy practice. So this is working with the language of the imagination. You know, we're not talking in detail, we're working how the problems exist, which is unconsciously with emotion. So play with it and yeah, really just manipulate it and notice how it makes you feel differently. Like I said, feel free to ask any questions or share it with anyone who may benefit. So I hope this has been beneficial for you. And that's all from me. Thanks so much.